you want to introduce yourselves and let us know why you chose to engage us to help you with your property journey?
Yeah, I'm Terry,
I'm Sam.
and we needed help. Basically, we were moving from Sydney, relocating. Sam needed to get a new job. We needed to find the right school for our son, and we needed to find the right house. So trying to do those three in one go and have it all sort of fall in place was pretty stressful, to be honest. I guess we chose you guys because we felt like we could trust you, but also we just needed one thing off our plate, to be honest.
I know you're a very successful business owner in Sydney as well. And, you know, I know what it's like running a business as well. Time is critical, right? And if you can start to offload some of those tasks, you absolutely do that, right? Especially when you're a young mum as well, you know, and Sam's obviously working full time and at some points was working on the coast as well while you're still in Sydney. So you had a lot going on there.
Yeah, we were juggling a lot. We had Murphy in preschool and he was doing Saturday school in the new preschool to try to get used to it. We've got a under 2-year-old as well, Elkie. And yeah, I'm 24/7 in the business too. So
We had no idea about like the Central Coast market, like where's good to buy. We had ideas of where we wanted to buy and good areas and things like that, but we needed some more help and some professional help to help guide us in the right direction as well. So
yeah, I think as well, like we like to be informed and we kind of like to deep dive on whatever we're doing, you know, whatever type of project, if it's buying a house or something like that. Like it's a snapshot in time of like the market and what's going on. And so like to be able to know what's happening, but we didn't have any experience for any of the rest of it. It just wasn't, I guess it wasn't going to work out for us
no.
with all the other things we had to juggle. So
I think for yourselves, like you've got all of those things on your plate, and even if you are an experienced property person, it's still a challenge because you're out of area. It's an hour and a half drive to get up here. You've got to go to inspections on short notice. We know what the differences are between how a property looks when it's on realestate.com compared to how it looks when it's in real life as well. But being first home buyers, you know, that just amplifies the challenges there, right?
it's emotional. It really is, like, because, yeah, you can look at something for value and all the other things, but we were looking for a feeling, which was the hardest brief to kind of like pass across. We couldn't do all the inspections. We couldn't keep going back and forth from Sydney to the coast. And I'm smiling because I remember the afternoon that we did find the house that we're living in, our beautiful home. And I think we rocked up. And the kids had it. It was like 4:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. I'd had a full day of work. We were both meeting from like opposite ends.
Yeah.
And, you know, Elkie had like biscuits all down her and we're walking in all frazzled and everything. And I think that was kind of the picture of how our life was. It was really chaotic, just trying to find something. But really, in essence, like we probably looked at 3 houses because you were able to cut through all of that and go, actually, these are the best ones that you can kind of get a feel for. So
yeah, I think that's something that's probably undervalued a lot when people engage us is the amount of legwork that we can potentially do here on the ground, right? Which saves you coming up every week on the freeway when you got the kids screaming on a Saturday only to arrive at the property and be like, oh my God, this is not at all what we thought. I don't know exactly how many we would looked at on your behalf, but maybe 10 to 15 or so, and we pretty quickly said, you know what, no, this isn't what we're after. This is not aligned with what our brief is. But yeah, I think we just were able to make your trips up the coast quite efficient. I remember that day as well. Mum was there too.
yeah, that's right.
The big boss.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Checking everything out.
Yeah. Not the nice steady head when the kids are. When you as parents have got the kids running around, and then obviously you got your mum or the grandparent there just to be like, let's just make sure we're sticking with our North Star here, which I know we absolutely were.
That's it.
I think we needed help not to dive into the first house that we saw as well. Like it's kind of like I remember getting my first seeing my first wedding suit, or like, and I was like, no, that's it. And then Terry was like, no, do not buy that thing. And it was atrocious. But like that was the same thing with the house. Like we saw a great one in Forest Beach, but it was too small in the end. And we were just glad we had you on our side to sort of steer us away and just give us good advice and say, look, there's going to be more out there, more fish in the sea. Don't have to buy the first thing that you sort of set your eyes on. Like Terry said, it's pretty emotional because like you get very attached to that first house that you want, being first home buyers. So to have you guys on our side, just sifting through all of that stuff, like just very, very helpful.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Thank you. And I think, there was one in Foresters that we really liked, but, it was early on in the piece. And then there was another one in Wombrel that just wasn't quite the right fit, even though, Wombrel's a great suburb, but it just wasn't the right house for us. And, we just stayed patient. And then we ended up finding something off market, which was great, just through one of our agent relationships. Do you want to maybe talk us through that? Were you aware with what off-market properties are or were?
No.
No idea. No idea. Yeah. Absolutely.
No idea. We didn't know how that worked. It was funny because it really felt like a sneaky insider deal. Like, you're like, hold on, if no one else finds out about this house and we're the only one that gets to see it and we can get it, that, I don't know, it just felt like we could get ahead finally, because I think after the first Foresters Beach house where like it went for, I think you saved us about over $200,000 for us not keeping going in that bid.
That price point that we're buying in, or that you were buying, is just so competitive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we saw it at Foresters Beach, right? There's 20 to 30 groups of people there, similar position to yourselves, holding kids, downsizers, investors, the whole bit. And it's like, if you can uncover a gem that's off market without any competition, and look, it needs to be aligned with your brief, aligned with your budget, it needs to be suitable for your needs. Like, you just got to jump on it, right?
Yeah, I think that was it. After the first one, I kind of went, oh God, this could take a while. And it was a huge emotional week, like even just having, put in a little bit of a bid that first one. And I just sort of went, oh, I don't know if we could show up to this week in, week out. And so knowing that there was something off the market where it wasn't against all those other people, and that we had time, we had a bit of time to like stay in the space and go, is this what we're looking for? And it kind of, I think it helped to like declutter all of the other noise that you get around that, the excitement of it, and go like, hold on, no one else knows about this. Is this the right one for us? Like, we're not competing against anything, but is it right for us? So it really helped.
Something that I underestimate is the emotional roller coaster that you go on with an owner occupier property, right? Like, admittedly, like, I feel like we've got a good sense in terms of, the urgency and what our clients want and what the emotional triggers are. But admittedly, we're somewhat desensitized to how often you would be thinking about certain properties, how often you're, stewing on the decision either not to pursue a property or to pursue it further. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but I just feel like some way we're a little bit desensitized to it. Maybe we're a bit of a steady hand. I'm not sure. Maybe we're not overly supportive. Maybe we're a lot supportive. I'm not sure, but
I think you're very supportive, and I think you remember the feeling. You've got perspective. And that's it. Like you are that one step back that goes, hold on, I've done this for a long time. I've seen this before. I kind of have a feeling of where you're at. You don't need to jump if it doesn't feel right, or if the value isn't right, or something's a bit off. And I think that's really what we were after.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys like just taking the emotion out of it, and like, as I said, like giving the steady hand of and advice as to what to look for in a house, what might be some good things about a house, some bad things about a house, and then just coming all together, just all makes it a lot easier, because there were a couple of houses, like I remember stewing over Wombrel, can't remember the street name or whatever, but stewing over the Wombrel house and the house we're currently in now. So just having that extra set of hands to look at something without emotion is very, very helpful.
Refresh my memory with the purchase price and negotiating. How did we do there? I'm trying to think.
Oh, okay. It was really great. So I think even in that sense, we probably saved about $50,000, like
Oh, yeah.
easily.
I think they said they didn't want to sell the house for under $1 million. Was that right?
Yeah, but I think the best part is that we didn't know that this was going on that whole day.
Yeah.
And our emotions would have just been, wow, like, yeah, give them what they want. We'd fallen in love with the house,
Yeah.
but we didn't know that negotiation was going on back and forth. We just had said, yeah, this is what we're thinking. And you sort of agreed with that, I believe. And then the day went and we just heard from you about 6:30 at night and you just said, yeah, so congratulations, you've got a house. This is how the whole day panned out, back and forth, back and forth. We didn't budge. Here we went, and we went, oh, thank God we weren't a
Yeah,
part
well,
of that. We would have been
I think we're
like,
I think we were counting down the days and like the hours, like as to when we finally got across the line. And when we did, we were just over the moon when it all happened. So
I'm so thrilled. Honestly, like it's one of the best part of our jobs is to help, first home buyers. And I remember having this conversation with you, Terry, where I said, and I think Samuel there as well, look, when you're renting and saving for your first home, that is by far the most challenging period kind of, of your property journey, let's call it. I'm not going to say of your life, but of your property journey, because you've got to pay rent, which is a major outgoing, plus you need to scratch together a deposit for your property, right? So you've got to save money on top of that rent, which is really, really hard. It's almost like once you've secured your first home, it's almost like there's a bit of a weight off your shoulders, right? Like it's so much better.
yeah.
And then obviously you're in your own home and you can kind of, you can improve it or you can, make it your own as you see fit.
Yeah.
How's life now on the coast?
that's lovely. I
Yeah.
wouldn't change it at all. Like, I love it. I've told people who live in Sydney still, told people back home in Bathurst that they ask me what it's like living on the coast, and I just sit back and just go, I love it. And that's all I can say. Like, it's an easy way of living. It's a simple way of living, but I think that's what makes it so enjoyable as well. There's less underlying stress that you get in Sydney. Like, somebody, like one of my mates told me, people who live in Sydney don't realize how stressed they are, because like there's just this underlying stress of like getting here, getting there.
Yeah, it's
You
like
just don't-
traffic, lots of people,
Traffic's the
things
main.
fast.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like go.
Go,
But
go.
yeah, it is. It's like this subconscious like push.
Yeah.
Whereas we just feel like our baseline calmness and happiness is just
Yeah,
increased.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree.
In a suburb that we didn't expect to like feel that way as well. Like it's funny kind of growing up on the coast and knowing all the suburbs and things like that. And it's crazy like reimagining it and sort of falling in love with it again in a whole different way. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, we've just got access to the beach like
Yeah.
within like 5 minutes and we're there, or
Yeah.
the kids can go to the library down the street, or fish and chip shop and that type of thing. All the kids are riding their bikes on the street, and it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Feels quite, it just feels very normal and very, we're just very happy. Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was such a memorable purchase because, I always feel a high level of responsibility when we have first home buyers come on, and I really just want to see them have a great outcome. And sometimes things happen outside of our control, and it doesn't, that we hit some roadblocks along the way. But your purchase was certainly so memorable because, it was off market as in one of those great suburbs that we're all shooting for. The property was everything that we'd kind of look for, huge backyard, nice family street. If someone out there was thinking about engaging us or a buyer's agent to help with their search, what would you say?
Do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it. Don't and ahhing over it. Like
Yeah.
don't waste any time thinking about it. They're going to save you tens of thousands of dollars, if not more. So it's
And so much time and stress and hassle of like looking at houses, organizing inspections, stuff like that. So, but yeah, just saving time and money, and you guys are the best at doing it. So
yeah, I think you're the best, but also you have the feeling.
you had
I don't know, and it's just something that you can't. You can be the most experienced person in the world, but you have both.
yeah,
Like you kind of knew that we were looking for a feeling, and you were able to understand that in our like family dynamics and everything like that. So you put together your expertise and the feeling that we could trust you, and you kind of you knew what we were after.
I think
Yeah.
I could tell that you're both very genuinely passionate and experienced of what you're doing. So I felt very comfortable, and as Terry said, very trusting of what you were doing in helping us as well.
Thank you. Very, very good.